Grafton and Christiansburg coming up in this Group AA Division IV championship game, deciding the final championship of the evening. Robert Fish here with Gary Hess. We've rolled throughout the day. We've got a great matchup for you this evening. It's always, for the most part in the past, we've had some great games in here. Potomac Falls has been in this game the last couple of years.
If you remember last year, Potomac Falls on a buzzer beater by Pete Semino got there. They got to the Final Four again this year, but Christiansburg had other ideas with that 66-52 win earlier this week. Also, you look in the lower half of the bracket, Hidden Valley, who was the team that Potomac Falls played in the championship last year, was stopped by Heritage, and then Grafton, after getting by Loudoun Valley, stopped Heritage to get here as well. Grafton has put together a great season at 27-3.
And Heritage at one point, they were 8-9 on January 30th, so Grafton knocked them off. And they're, of course, going to come in here and see if they can continue to play well. They believe, Grafton does, Gary, that they're the team to beat. And they also think that they're a top 4 team. Comments from the coach, Jeremy Jordan, as well as their point guard, Kevin Barnes. So it'll be interesting to see how that goes in tonight's action. As we take a short break here before we get details, the Greenbrier, America's Resort. All right, let's check in with the third member of our broadcast crew before we start the final game. Pleasure to have Ben Hamlin the whole time. Ben, what do you got for us?
There's some similarities with the two teams. Both won by 2 points in the quarterfinal. Both scored over 60 and won handily in the semifinals. And both teams are looking for their first state championship. Christiansburg lost in the semifinals last year. This is the first time Grafton has made it this far. Robert, Gary, back to you guys.
All right, Ben, thanks. And we'll look forward to checking in with you a little bit later on. The football aspect for both, as Gary mentioned, Briarwoods was the football champion in this classification. These two teams each had a battle with them at that point in time. Grafton comes in. They think they can win. Christiansburg obviously thinks it can win. There's Motley, one of the star players for Christiansburg.
Battle with Briarwoods at the very top. Grafton lost to Briarwoods in the state semifinals, and Christiansburg lost to Briarwoods in the championship. Motley, of course, was a key player in that championship game for Christiansburg. Had 20 and 7 rebounds against Potomac Falls the other night. And there's Elijah Moore, Robert.
Elijah Moore, talented player, 6'6", a little bit raw, developing, getting some interest from some Division I schools as a junior. Bay Rivers District Player of the Year. We'll start the final game with the tap, and Grafton will begin in the red, going to right to left as you watch here. Out front with the basketball, Grafton works. Get the ball on the wing to Blake Ream. He drives, dishes to Moore for a 3. It's around and off. And the rebound knocked away. It'll stay with Grafton. Moore shooting the 3. He's really developed his game. He's improved from his sophomore year, more inside out this year. Improving his ball handling. He's got incredible athleticism. Ream will play baseball at Longwood, and he'll throw a long baseball pass into the backcourt, where it's chased down by Tyler McMillan. Showing off a little bit of his arm there is Ream. On the wing, that's the point guard, Kevin Barnes, a 6'2 senior. Here's a 3 from Ream out front, too strong. Rebound to Christiansburg, Zach Davis. Now they'll bring it up with the point guard, Darius P. Kelly.
Blue Devils in the man-to-man defense, and so is Grafton.
Motley on the angle. Again, he's not just an inside player. He'll come out on the perimeter. Three-pointer on the way off the mark. Strong rebound for Elijah Moore, the 6'6 junior. Grafton gets down the floor. Barnes, the point guard. Swings it around to Ream into the corner. Now there goes Moore to the bucket. Lay it up and it rolls out. Scrum for the ball loose on the floor, and they'll get a jump ball situation. Jesse Santiago, who's had some good late season offense for this Grafton squad. There's Sean Good, the former Virginia Tech guard, is the Christiansburg head coach.
Sean Good played on those mid-90s Hokies teams under Coach Bill Foster. Won the NIT in '95. Ace Custis.
Motley swings it up high. Three-pointer back rims off the Cam Johnson miss. And Barnes will bring it up. Barnes getting a little interest from some Christopher Newports and some Virginia Wesleyans. And strapping for the ball, deflecting it into the scorer's table, or our table, the press table, is Cam Johnson. Other side, that's Jeremy Jordan. Year 1, he was battled to a 5-17 record. Year 2, 17-10. Now you see where he is this year in the state championship. Third season.
Makes you wonder where he could go next year.
Don't know what's left. That's a traveling violation.
I know.
Yes, McMillan travels the ball. But, you know, one thing Grafton did a lot, Gary, they played a lot of AAA teams in the summer. They had a chance. They would play a lot of AAA squads if they had the opportunity to do so. Summer leagues, Boo Williams Summer League down there in the Yorktown area. They stepped up competition. Inside, around Santiago goes Zach Davis, and a whistle and a foul. Take a look at it.
Intense defense, so good entry pass on the block, the pump fake, and then get the foul.
It is on Santiago. So here is Davis at the free throw line. Had 15 points and 9 rebounds in the semifinal against Potomac Falls. And that was not an easy win for Christiansburg, knocking off the defending state champion. Had to deal with Greg Graves, a 6'7" senior from Potomac Falls. Second shot around and off. So it's a 1-0 game as Grafton holds the rebound. Barnes, a good-looking player, averages 14 a game as he brings it up. Hassled by Snell. Augustine in the lineup now for Grafton. Gives it back out front. No, correction, that's Ream. Sorry, not Augustine. He's on the other side. Ream down low, spins and scores. And Ream coming off a 20-point effort against Loudoun County.
Very nice little teardrop move there. Just through the lane, let go of it with one hand, dropped it down.
Motley thought about it. Now the 3 long wing shot from D. Kelly. He'll knock it down. More to the front court. Christiansburg up 4-2. Barnes tries to answer, and he'll swish one at the other end. And the early indications are we're not going to let anybody down in this game tonight from years past.
Looks that way. We mentioned in one of the keys that get some help for Moore. Barnes and Ream were the 2 guys we mentioned. Both have scored already.
Kelly fires again. That's off the mark. And a nice rebound from Blake Ream. The baseball pass. Look out. Elijah Moore.
Elijah Moore.
3-point advantage. On the drive to the bucket, foul as Cam Johnson takes it in. Boy, Ream's firing passes left and right.
And if you look at that, what a great pass by Blake Ream. Right on the money to Moore, who knew how to finish the flush.
At the line is Cam Johnson shooting into that Grafton support section and misses the first. Well, Elijah Moore's got Radford interested, looking at him. He's got another year, so he may draw some more interest as time goes on. Meanwhile, here's the senior Johnson, unable to make either, and Santiago the rebound for Grafton.
We've seen several players this week that Radford is interested in. Mike Jones getting things started out there.
Picked up a couple good ones from last year. Here's a drive to the bucket, spin move, riddled out on the miss by Tyler McMillan. Javante Green played here last year. Now Motley tries to get into the act, and Davis saves the rebound. Out front to Darius Kelly, cornerback, running back for the football team.
Christiansburg has had some success going to the basket. They need to not fall in love with the 3-point shot.
Yeah, they're shooting an awful lot of long-distance shots. Moore with the rebound. Dishes it off to Santiago. There goes Ream. Nice layup and a blocking foul. And Ream with 4, getting the Grafton start off to a good one at 9-4. A 5-point lead. And we'll head to break before the free throw coming from Blake Ream. So the Grafton Clippers, in their first ever state championship appearance, getting the environment started off and running. Blake Ream with the early shot to get the lead. Grafton is up by 5 here in the early moments of the first quarter. Gary, look at the stats. And Christiansburg right now is 1 of 6 from the floor. They're all 3-point shots.
Yeah, they've fallen at first. When that one falls, all of a sudden everybody falls in love. with taking a shot at the three-point. They've gone inside a couple times, and when they've done that, they've gotten a chance to go to the free throw line. Positive problem is they're just 1 of 4 from the free throw line.
Now Blake Ream, coming off a 20-point performance against Loudon earlier, scores, and he's got 5 in this contest. And Christiansburg trails by 6 as Sean Good watches his squad. We're going to get back to some fundamental offense. Grafton locking up on defense so far. Motley on the perimeter. Looks inside, had it tipped away. And it knocked away again. That's great defense by Ream right there. Davis. Now to Augustine, who's in the game. Davis will drive the lane. The runner is up and an offensive foul. And Grafton drawing charges again. They did an excellent job defensively in their game against Heritage. And they are playing well again here.
Great job by Tyler McMillan of getting key positions. We take a look at it here. Oh, yeah, well set. As charge block calls go, that was an easy one.
Standing there waiting. Front court possession here for Grafton with a 6-point advantage.
Actually, when somebody is standing there waiting like that, there's really no excuse for the player not to adjust.
Ream pops a 3, it doesn't go down. Ball tipped into the corner and saved, but grabbed by Christiansburg. Coming out with it is Ben Stipes. Down the floor to Davis over Moore. Wouldn't stay down, but Zach Davis stays with it, and he now has 3 points. And a big bucket for Christiansburg there. Grafton, very confident club. They feel like they're one of the top 4 teams in the state. Obviously, they're here. As one of the last 2 standing. But no one around the perimeter. Double team, and he stepped on the sideline. Gotta watch your spacing.
Seen quite a bit of that this weekend with people standing on sidelines.
Jordan Price and Zach Snell check in as Jeremy Jordan talked about 3 years ago taking over losing seasons, changing the culture of the program, wanted guys to work as hard as he does. And he certainly seemed to have found that at the moment. His team up by 4 in the first quarter of the final game. Motley elevates for the high jumper. It's too strong. Nice rebound from Augustine. Motley comes in to get it. 3 shots, can't get it to go down, and eventually the ball knocked away from Ream and knocked away by Christiansburg. It'll be Grafton's basketball.
Great persistence on the offensive boards, but the shooting has just really not been there for Christiansburg at all. Now 2 for 9.
Now Christiansburg going to try to turn up that defensive pressure a little bit here. Here comes Ream. Picked up by Jordan Price. Give it to McMillan. He likes to handle the pressure of the game. Off to Moore for a 3 on the wing. And eventually Price comes away with the ball for Christiansburg. Quick outlet and a travel before anything else by Zach Snell.
When you do that pump fake and wait for the guy to go by, we've talked about it earlier today, it's very easy to shuffle your feet. Here we go, let's take a look. Nice pass. Oh, and he definitely moved both of his feet. Easy call for the official.
Waiting for that chance to get the shot off and draw the foul. Ream brings it up. Leaves it for Barnes on the wing. Barnes takes baseline. Pass tipped. Back to Barnes from Ream, and the floater on the baseline is good. Barnes has 5. A 6'2 guard, nice looking player, getting some D3 interest.
Very nice job to recognize what was coming and to just throw a little soft quickie up there and have it splash through the basket.
Grafton really coming out with a strong first quarter as they lead by 6. Motley deflects a pass, driving the lane, hopping in, putting it up, and Joey Augustine, the sophomore, with a big bucket.
An impressive drive, jump stop, Hall just getting through there.
And a turnover now.
Turnover.
Yep.
Zach Snell, great defensive job, forcing the turnover there.
1:07 left in the quarter. Take another look at this Augustine move. May have gotten away with something there, Gary.
May have gotten away with a little something. Almost lost control of the ball. But then it's like, hey, I'll just throw it on up now that I've gotten through.
Let me get rid of it before they call me for anything. And it goes in.
Splish splash, that's right. But then the defense, using the sideline as a second defender, got the turnover.
Price with the step back and buries it. The bench starting to contribute for Christiansburg. It's just a 2. And that cuts the lead to 2. And now substitutions as Kelly comes in along with Davis. And Kelly went to the bench. A lot of times when he does that, it's an opportunity for Sean Good to take a moment to talk to his point guard in a gentle fashion, if you will.
A gentle fashion. Sean Good knows a little bit about point guard play now.
He does. No question about it. Barnes, nice backdoor cut and a good layup. Blake Ream with 7 first quarter points.
That's a case where getting the ball out of your hands quickly as possible is crucial. He got just the catch basically up off the glass instantly before the defender could get there.
21 seconds now if you're Christiansburg. You might want that last shot. Down by 4 in the first quarter. And Kelly says, why not from there? A little too strong. Ream rebounds off to Barnes. Throw it ahead. It's off Moore's hands. He tracks it down. You got to shoot with 4. Back to Moore. He'll turn and fire and knocks it down for 3 as the quarter expires. Elijah Moore with 5. Hits the 3-pointer. Grafton takes a 7-point lead at the end of the first quarter. The final championship of the day and evening and the weekend being handed out, and Elijah Moore wants to take it home. Grafton up by 7 as we start the second quarter. Time to bring you the Ram Fan Cam presented by VCU. VCU our time right now. There's a Grafton fan enjoying the first quarter reaction on the VCU Ram Fan Cam. Set to start quarter number 2, Gary.
Looking at the first quarter number, 7 of 13 shooting for Grafton. That's over 50%, 54%. 4 of 14, but 1 of 8 3-point shots so far for Christiansburg. Also, 3 players have done the scoring for Grafton, 7 for Ream, 5 each for Moore and Barnes.
Motley steals a pass intended for Elijah Moore. Motley races through, and the blocking foul coming up against Grafton looked like McMillan tried to get in front. There you see Motley's athleticism. Virginia Tech recruit for football. He is listed as a quarterback as a recruit. That's how he signed. It remains to be seen if that's where he'll stay in that position. Motley at the line, free throw good. That's his first point.
Motley gets on the board.
Motley.
And you're right, he is all over the court.
And Jeremy Jordan directing his Clippers to the rebound after, but Motley makes both. That's a 5-point lead, a little bit of pressure coming now, full court. Ream ahead to Barnes, who will take it into the front court, chased on the sideline, and throws it away. And now Christiansburg trying to pick up. Pass a little bit behind Johnson to Motley for 3. Rattles it home. Motley with 5. Long distance shot. With a 2-point Grafton lead. Pressure bothering them just a little bit. Ream in the backcourt, got to get across that midcourt line, is trapped as he does. In the corner, Moore will fire another 3 and missed it all that time. As Zach Davis comes away with the ball. Kelly directs traffic to Motley. Ball tipped back out, Motley fires again. And Davis tips the rebound into the sideline. It'll belong to Grafton.
Frenetic pace up and down the floor. Not really sure who that favors. I think it favors Christiansburg.
I think it may be a little bit. Both these teams, though, kind of play very up-tempo. They're not afraid to run a little bit.
Jeremy Jordan said this week, we can play up-tempo and in half court. We want to make them play at our pace, whatever we decide we want that to be.
Well, Davis behind the back, and then he goes left hand, right hand, goes around Moore and lays it in.
Pretty impressive.
Fancy move from Zach Davis, the senior, and ties the game.
And a 7-0 run to open the second quarter, ties it at 17.
Barnes tries to answer, and Christiansburg keeps the rebound alive. Now, Christiansburg went on a 19-0 run in the win over Potomac Falls. which changed their confidence level considerably in that game. Inside Davis, right around the defender, and that's spun out.
Great offensive rebound. Athletic play by Cam Johnson there to tap the ball out, but it goes to Grafton, and that's going to be an offensive foul.
That's on Ream. So Ream picks up the foul. Take another look.
Coming down. Good job by Motley.
Motley's in pretty good shape.
Motley's in pretty good shape. Christiansburg so far with 5 steals to none for Grafton. So the steal was really causing problems. That's Grafton has 6 turnovers, 5 on steals.
Christiansburg has really been clamping down on defense in the last few games. On December 30th, they allowed 67 points to an opponent. And for the most part, they've been averaging about 48, 49, 50 points a game allowed. They only allowed 52 to Potomac Falls. Good drive to the bucket, but a miss by Johnson. So they try to clamp down defensively and really make you grind it out. Make things tough on you. Ream for 3. There goes Kelly. Good push pass.
Awesome.
Layup is good.
Awesome job by Kelly of dishing at just the right moment.
Jordan Price with the layup. He's got 4. And now Christiansburg has gone in front here in the second quarter.
9-0 run to open the second quarter.
And a steal. It's Kelly with another push pass. And Johnson has to control the layup, and that'll force a Grafton timeout. And Christiansburg on another one of those runs. They had him against Potomac Falls. And D. Kelly has kind of triggered things a little bit here.
D. Kelly has suddenly got his hand in it, you know, and basically, watch this. It's like he gets the steal there. Pass, bounce pass to the left, finish by Cam Johnson. Replay there, very nice. And the one before that, he dished it to the left just at the last second.
Now, safe to say that Sean Good right now, the Christiansburg head coach, happy with his point guard. No need to make a substitution to bring him over to the bench.
Have a little private meeting. No private meetings necessary. Sean Good, of course, teamed with Damon Watlington to make a long time backcourt at Virginia Tech.
Barnes on the inbound. Now Grafton will try to stabilize things.
Had this Christiansburg team here in the semifinals last year.
A hardcore, tough bunch. McMillan for Grafton. Off Moore's hands. And the Blue Demons have possession of the ball with Price, who leaves it for Ben Stipes.
And when you're trying to stem the tide of a run, last thing you need is an unforced turnover. That's what happened down there. But then the walk by Motley.
Motley was standing on the sideline when he thought about that long distance 3. And he brought Ryan Ward out on him and tried to drive around him. Now here's Moore, the outlet. He controls, takes it in. Could not get the dunk. Augustine with defense.
We got to take a look at that again. What a clean block. Elijah Moore can't believe it.
Well, here it is.
Here it is right here. And that's a good block.
And Augustine was fired up.
Joey Augustine goes up and just prevents him from making the dunk.
And Moore tried to make amends, but he missed the shot. And Augustine was there again. There's the steal by McMillan. And another block.
That was Motley that time, I think.
There's Stipes in the front court. Back out front to Price. On the right wing, and then back out top to Stipes, then to Motley. Guarded by Santiago. Out front, Price sizes it up, takes the long 3, no good. Rebound to McMillan. McMillan to the front court. McMillan drives, knocked away. Augustine picks it up. Looking for help, takes it in himself. Left-hand layup and a blocking foul against Grafton. And another timeout coming up. Second quarter, Christiansburg with a 4-point advantage. Coming up in just a few moments when we're done with the first half, it's the halftime recap with Ben Hamlin and the VCU halftime show. VCU Our Time right now. This game living up to its billing and past AA championships in the last game of the evening. It's Christiansburg by 4. Fancy moves from Zach Davis to help get the lead. Blue Demons have the advantage of folks from Christiansburg here with a 4-point lead over the Grafton Clippers, but it's right now a little bit on the blue side as Christiansburg has answered what was an early Grafton advantage here at the Siegel Center in the final championship game of this championship weekend and a championship Saturday.
And the Grafton faithful, Christiansburg faithful, both here, both excited for a game that's been going up and down the floor. And Christiansburg in the second quarter's had the definite better of it.
Free throws from Augustine, and the first is good. Jeremy Jordan's done a great job to change the culture of the Grafton program. And in his third year has a team playing for a state championship. Second shot from Augustine is good. That'll give him 4. And the Christiansburg lead is now 6.
And that's a 13-0 run to open the second quarter.
And they had a 19-0 run, changing the game against Potomac Falls in their semifinal appearance.
And you're right, D. Kelly is the guy that really got it all started, too.
Elijah Moore's shot in the front court, no good. Up the sideline. Three-pointer from the corner, that's way too strong. A little bit too much from Zach Snell. And Grafton will get the basketball. Ream's going to fire long again. Santiago the catch. Another block, but Moore's there to clean up this time. Elijah Moore with 7. Breaks that run, 23-19. Davis out front. Moore comes out to guard. Over to Kelly. And to Johnson. Eventually back to Kelly. His responsibility is to direct traffic, know where everybody is on the floor. Davis. Sideline. Snell, and then back to Davis. Right wing 3 around and off. And on the rebound, it's knocked away by Davis out of the hands of Santiago.
Grafton continues to play tough on the defensive end, despite the fact that they can't get untracked offensively after the fast start. We made a great analogy with the bringing the football, talk about in the Keys, bringing the football mentality, and Christiansburg does a really good job of that. It's just all over the place. Intensity, energy, high energy. The motor runs nonstop for this Christiansburg bunch.
I think it's part of their identity. They're hardcore ball players. They've got the football toughness that shows up in their defense. You know, they were the state runner-up, as you said, in the playoffs, losing to Briarwoods, as did Grafton.
In the semifinals, that's right.
Yeah, in the semifinals, right. Same loss. Kelly out front. Motley back in the lineup. Long 3 from Kelly, but that's off the mark, and the rebound, and a foul coming after Ream, who's had a pretty good first half for Grafton, comes away with the ball. 7 points, 5 rebounds for Blake Ream. He'll play baseball at Longwood. That sets the plan down the road as McMillan checks back in for Grafton.
You know, it's Motley a football star, Ream a baseball star, yet they've managed to make this a basketball season of great success with this group of athletes. And watching them play, they got several guys that can beat you.
Look at that shot from Ream, and he's got 9 points. Ream, Moore, and Barnes are the only ones who have scored right now for Grafton.
9, 7, and 5.
And there's a Santiago steal. But it's ripped away by Kelly. And Kelly cruises to the front court and then takes the ball back out front. Davis flies through the lane. It comes up short. Santiago to the corner. Barnes for 3. And now Grafton's ahead.
had some of the traits of a heavyweight fight so far.
Look at that pass from Motley, finding Davis cutting to the back door.
Over the top, very nice.
Great pass from Motley, who of course is quarterback. He's bringing some size to that position. Barnes trying to shake and bake with a step back jumper, and Barnes connects. And now he's got 10.
Well, we said that Elijah Moore would need help. I think Barnes and Ream were listening. They've combined for 19 points in the first half.
Davis looks for the last shot. Motley. Three-pointer on the way, and that's in the bottom of the net from Cam Johnson. And that'll take us to halftime. And the final game of the evening continues to be one that is very electric and entertaining. Christiansburg will take a 2-point lead into that locker room at the half. As we'll check in with Ben Hamlin over across the way, who has Grafton head coach Jeremy Jordan. Ben?
Coach Jordan, this is like a heavyweight fight. First quarter, you guys are really up and stuff. They make a run, and then you get right back in a 2-point game at the break.
Yeah, we talked about when they made their run, trying to get it to even at the half. You know, we're down 2. We gave up a 3. We helped in, and, you know, they made a good shot going right before the half. So, you know, I guess we're satisfied to be down 2 right now, especially the run they made in the second quarter. It's kind of indicative of the run they made against Potomac Falls the other night. So we talked about battling through some adversity, so we're right there. We're down 2.
Have you been able to accomplish what you would like to accomplish offensively thus far?
Well, at times when we've been able to beat their pressure and get layups and run our sets, but too many turnovers, we're going to have to cut down on those in the second half to be successful and try to get back in this thing.
Coach, thanks for taking time to talk with us. Wanted to join your team. Good luck in the second half.
Thanks a lot. Thanks.
All right, we'll be back with the VCU Halftime Show live at the Siegel Center right after this. Stay with us.
28-26, 46-33% shooting. Just one free throw shot so far this half for Grafton. Let's go to Ben. He's got Coach Sean Good.
All right, we're standing by with Sean Good, the head coach of Christiansburg, and the way this thing has been going in the first half, well worth the price of admission. Looks like whoever takes the last shot may walk out of here with the trophy.
Right, it's been a lot of back and forth. It's a game of spurts, and everybody, you know, I think we got up 4, and then they came back, got up by 1 or 2, and then we end up hitting the 3 at the buzzer to go up by 2. So it's been a lot of up and down, a lot of back and forth.
Great poise by both teams. No one panics when the other one has a run.
Right. And I mean, that's what you expect in a championship game. You expect both teams to be well coached. Grafton's a well-coached team. They do what they're coached to do. They block out well, and they haven't panicked all night long.
Thanks for your time, Sean. Good luck in the second half. Appreciate you spending time with us. All right, we'll have more of the VCU Halftime Show right after this. Stay with us.
Fold here, Christiansburg and Grafton, final state championship game of the weekend. And Christiansburg with a 2-point advantage in a back-and-forth contest. The Grafton Clippers fans, the Blue Demon fans, wait for this second half. As are we. Robert Fishgary has our entire crew. It's been a great weekend, and now we're 16 minutes away on court time. Don't forget to turn the clocks ahead tonight.
Spring forward.
Well, yes.
Spring forward. And when you don't think of it as losing an hour of sleep, thinking about it as staying light longer tomorrow evening.
I don't know anything about sleep this week anyway. So.
That's right.
Here's Davis inside. Little spin move. Nice good rebound from Ream. And now a little bit too much on the defensive effort from Zach Snell, who's a pretty good defensive player, but a little overzealous that time.
Yeah, that was just a little too much. Once again, unnecessary. You know, there are fouls that happen at good times, and then there are unnecessary fouls. That one just didn't need to happen.
Tyler McMillan in the backcourt. Pressured by Kelly. Out front, Barnes dials long distance. Barnes is stepping up on the big stage. Puts Grafton back in front. Davis trying to go underneath. In traffic down low, Johnson will lay it in. Got to get it around more. And we go back and forth again. Now here's that pressure. Too many turnovers. Kelly, long distance shot, rims out, back up. Whistle and a foul on the block attempt. It'll put Snell on the line. There were 13 first half turnovers that Jeremy Jordan alluded to going to the break, and they've got to cut down on that.
Yeah, that's too many. Only 4 for Christiansburg, and 9 of those 13 turnovers are on steals. Christiansburg, 9 steals.
Zach Snell with the free throw. Sean Good's team taking a 2-point advantage. And McMillan the rebound off the miss. McMillan sets the offense up, and Christiansburg starting to bring that defense out a little bit. Moore wasn't ready in the post. He was open, but wasn't ready to receive the pass. Another turnover. Zach Davis into the corner, long 3 on the way. Johnson unable to connect, and Grafton rebounds. They'll break out with Ream. He will take it to the basket and lay it in. And Blake Ream is not ready to start playing baseball yet. He's got 11. His baseball season might be starting a little bit late after the extended basketball playoffs.
I'm sure there's a lot of guys that have played this weekend that are having to, and girls that are having to postpone spring sport participation.
Elijah Moore steps in and takes the charge on Johnson's drive to the bucket.
Take a look here. And once again, they're in plenty of time. Easy call to make for the official.
It's a great job there, emphasizing that defense, getting in to take the charge. Ream's going to go long again. And Moore comes up with it.
Can you remember a game where you've seen more like 3/4 court passes in a little over a half?
Not as many as we've seen, no. Motley will be charged with the foul on Moore's drive to the basket.
Let's take a look, see if it was a good call.
I think he got there just a little bit late.
Kind of just a slight lean, maybe.
What helped was that the contact wasn't square.
Right.
He clipped him on the shoulder instead of getting him full on, making it look as if he wasn't there in time. I think that made a huge difference. If he was there in time, he wasn't directly in front.
Correct.
Grafton with a 1-point advantage, 8 points for Moore tonight. And another rebound for Ream. Unfortunately, not able to control the follow-up shot. Davis is off to the races, and Motley finishes.
What an athletic follow that was. Very impressive athletic specimen, Brendan Motley.
Ream with the ball. He has 11 points and 7 rebounds in the game. Takes it all the way into the lane. Now Moore for 3. And Santiago pulls the rebound down off the floor and it hits the bottom of the basket. It'll be a turnover. Take another look here at the follow.
Very nice follow. Motley just in there amongst the trees, up higher than anybody else. It's hard to talk about these teams' set defenses because they don't play much set defense because it's up and down the floor so much.
There's a steal by Barnes. And he'll do, oh, nice block, but a foul. Maybe a little push by Snell as he went up to block the shot by Barnes.
I think you'll see, got him across the arm a little bit. Affected the ability to take that shot.
It's the second foul on Snell.
Both in this quarter.
Sean Good's team, they pride themselves on that defensive effort. They got a lot of guys that can play defense. Free throw from Barnes is good. He's got 14. Take another look here, Gary. Well, I got him on the arm.
Yep, definitely a foul. Make him earn it at the free throw line. Makes them both 15 points.
Well, Barnes has stepped up, averaging 14 a game, and he's come to play tonight. You watch him when we saw him in the semifinal, and he just looked like a player. Looked like he had a little capabilities. Long 3. And they battle for the rebound. It is last touched by, I believe, Grafton.
Elijah Moore.
Stay with Christiansburg.
Elijah Moore tried to knock it off of a Christiansburg player, but it didn't quite work.
Blue Demons are 3 of 16 behind the arc. Taking a lot of threes tonight. They might take one more. It's D. Kelly, and that's no good. Santiago rebounds.
D. Kelly gets plenty of arc on his three-pointer.
McMillan's shot is blocked. They'll say they got him on the head with the blocked shot. He'll go to the line. Grafton with a 1-point lead will look to expand that lead. Jordan Price with the foul. 30-second timeout. Taken by Christiansburg, I believe.
Sean Good does not look happy.
You know, we talked to Sean Good earlier, and we talk about Christiansburg being here, all of Sean's background with Virginia Tech as a player. But as a high school player, never got to play for a state championship or in a state championship, so he's very proud of this team after the extended football season to be able to do what they've done for a guy who never got to do it himself, but played college basketball, obviously.
He's done talking to his Blue Demons, waiting for the Clippers to come out of their huddle. It's been athleticism on display tonight, up and down the floor.
This game is usually a great way to close out the evening with the electric game, and we've certainly seen some of that here. McMillan on the line. Hasn't scored to this point, and he remains scoreless.
Still just 3 people in the scoring column.
As we said, Grafton has to get more than Moore. Ream has 11, Moore has 8, Barnes has 15. Didn't make either one, and Davis with the rebound for Christiansburg.
Second one wasn't even close, barely got to the front of the rim.
Price out front, Davis. Now the point guard Kelly, guarded by Barnes. Far side to Davis. Eventually find Jordan Price, and stripped away. Tried to leave it for McMillan. Santiago's dish back ended up off the foot. And a substitution is Ben Stipes into the lineup now.
Grafton now up to 16 turnovers.
Yeah, that one comes costly as it's off of an opportunity to get points. Christiansburg works the offense. Toss it down inside. Davis goes up strong and a foul. And Jeremy Jordan wants to talk to McMillan for a minute. Jordan is giving McMillan a little chalkboard session over there. It's over on the sideline now. Zach Davis at the line.
A spirited exchange with the whiteboard.
Yeah. He's still got the board in hand. I guess you can break it now. It's the last game of the season. You don't need it anymore, right? Davis connects for 2 free throws, and he'll be up to 9 for the game. And Christiansburg's back up by 1. McMillan's trapped in the backcourt. Finds Barnes, who will take it into the front court. Ream down the lane, his runner's no good. But he gets yet another rebound. And he's stripped as he tries to go back up, and Grafton loses the ball out of bounds. Third quarter, just as tight as the rest of the game has been. Right now, it's Christiansburg by 1 as we head to the timeout. 35-34. The Blue Demons ahead, looking for the final state championship here on this Saturday evening in Richmond. By 1 here to start the third, in the middle of the third quarter rather. Neither of these teams is able to break away, but our breakaway of the game is presented by the Greenbrier Resort, reminding you to take a break. Get your Greenbrier Classic Tournament badges now for only $159. 7 days of the PGA Tour, PGA Tour Gold, and 3 megastar concerts. That's included. Visit Greenbrier.com for details. The Greenbrier, America's resort, and the Greenbrier breakaway of the game.
Lots of fans enjoying the game from both teams. Good student section here from Christiansburg.
Stipes walking it up with Augustine. Yeah. Good support. Saturday night. There's Motley. Taking their time with Price to Motley. Price again. Against what's almost a Grafton point zone. They're really mixing up defenses. Motley outside, can't connect. Rebound kept alive by Snell. And Motley with a quick pass inside to Snell. Paid him back. How about that? Motley with a quick release.
Great look by Motley that time. Snell with the finish.
Christiansburg very balanced. Johnson 7, Motley 7, Davis 9. 3 players for Grafton have scored. And now they turn the ball over again. 7 Christiansburg players are in the scoring column.
All with between 3 and 9 points.
Something on the floor that's picked up in front of the Christiansburg bench by Sean Good. He'll take it over and dump it away.
Caution for debris.
We'll stop as long. We're not going to run a couple laps up and down the court here to get back to action. Get everybody warmed up. Different game, different race. All right. There's Motley for 3 on the right wing, and he knocks another one down. Smooth looking shot. Motley with 10. And now here comes the press.
Suddenly Christiansburg up 6.
And they've extended the lead. You got to watch their runs. They did that to Potomac Falls. They did it earlier in this game in the first half. Barnes to answer, yes.
18 points for Barnes.
At the other end of the floor now. Jordan Price trying to drive off the glass. And a good rebound for Moore. Now with 1:43 left in the third. 3-point lead for Christiansburg as Ream drives and throws it back to Barnes for another 3, but that won't go. Augustine the rebound. Back to Augustine, down the lane. Just to Stipes, to Motley. Another 3 on the way. That one across the iron. Rebound to McMillan. Grafton wants to run. McMillan has it knocked away, but picked up by Young. Ream's got an open layup, drives in, and eventually defense comes and a foul on the way to the bucket. Augustine coming from the backside. Ream had an open look for just a moment. It closed quickly.
Yep, pass came cross court very quickly. See, cross court pass. The overplay on the defensive side, and that left the open lane to the basket. The recovery didn't get there quick enough.
Ream is 5 of 10 from the floor. His free throw is good. And he now has 12 points to go along, Gary, with 9 rebounds against Christiansburg. And the young man ready to shoot again.
Makes this one. Grafton, after falling behind 6, will be back within 1.
$13 for Ream, and Jordan's club has withstood the little bit of a rush in the third quarter of Christiansburg. A minute to play in the quarter. D. Kelly out front. Give it to Motley. Motley slices in, then to Kelly, deep corner. And he's putting that one in the bottom of the night with a high arcing shot. Kelly now with 6. And that puts pressure on.
He brought some rain through the bottom of the net with that one.
He puts a little arc on it. Ream to the front court. Augustine on him. Barnes against Snell. Ream dishes down low, and Santiago with a nice protective layup for his first basket of the game. He's added some late season offense in the postseason. Gets his first bucket there.
Tonight he's added some late third quarter offense.
Yes, he has. Davis misses, gets it back, continues to scrap with 5 seconds, and that's going to be a foul underneath on Barnes reaching in with 4 seconds left in the third, and Christiansburg up by 2. Another look here, Gary. Davis just scraps away here.
Scrap, good block, good block. Third time, can't even tell what he did.
Christiansburg, 8 of 12 from the line. Davis now with 10 points in the game. A very balanced scoring. 3-point lead, 4 seconds left. Ream fires, gets it back from Moore, races to the front court, and he's fouled as he shoots. Augustine fouled him. He'll go to the line as the quarter expires with 3 shots.
Unbelievable. Look at this. Gotta call that. Gotta call that.
He's fouled.
Yep, definitely fouled.
Good thing it's the end of the quarter, not the end of the game. Augustine fouling. Ream, who connects for 14. Sean Good says, what are you doing?
I'm sure he said it just like that,
too. Great night for Ream. Continues. And we'll go to the fourth quarter with those 3. Now, why don't we go to the fourth quarter all tied up, shall we?
Why not, indeed?
8 minutes of basketball to decide the final state championship of the weekend, and why not? Let's start all over again. We're tied at 44 when we come back for the fourth quarter here in Richmond between Grafton and Christiansburg. Technically, we're right back where we started, all even at 44. And a great night for Blake Ream so far, inbounding with 16 points and a tie game in the state title. Moore.
9 rebounds and 4 assists also for Ream.
Yeah.
18 turnovers, the biggest problem for Grafton on the stat sheet.
But only 5 since the half, right?
10 steals for Christiansburg.
And that's kind of their game. They very hard-nosed defense. Barnes had to throw it up and alter it, and Christiansburg's Davis gets the rebound, and then he's tangled up. There's going to be a foul on Grafton. Might be Barnes. That's a 3rd foul on Barnes. Take another look here at the sequence. There's a lot going on in there.
I don't know why they wanted the tie-up. They never tied him up.
E. Kelly works it across to Augustine. Back to Snell. Davis. Kelly. Long 3. In the bottom. Kelly with 9. 2 of 7.
Shot.
Actually 3 of 8 now behind the arc, and all of his shots have come from three-point land. That's a 3-point lead for Christiansburg. They're going to go to Ream. Backs off Augustine. Can't get it to go. And Zach Davis with another rebound. And Davis now with 12 rebounds on the game. There's Davis out front. Stumbles through traffic. Look at that shovel ahead to McMillan off of that scramble, and he'll lay it in. A wild sequence there. Motley tried to save it in front of his own bench. Augustine through the lane. His layup is good. Let's try to keep up here, Gary. 3-point lead for Christiansburg.
I just let you do the talking because it's so fast and furious.
Deep corner 3. That's good.
got knocked down too. Barnes with 21 points now.
He's had a night. And we're all even at 49. Motley drives, dishes, last minute. Entry down low in the paint, rolling through. Davis misses, and Moore gets a huge rebound. Now McMillan into the front court in a tie game at 49. Grafton spreads it out. Moore circles around. Takes the three, and it's no good. And Motley rebounds.
I think he's a little frustrated with his lack of offensive productivity tonight.
Moore now 1 for 6 behind the arc, and the ball off Davis's foot, knocked away.
It's been a great night for Barnes and Ream for Grafton. Moore has struggled a little bit. He does have 8 points, but when you look at the stat sheet, 3 of 11 shooting.
Yep. Ream's taking it coast to coast, and with contact and the bucket. And Ream up to 18 now.
And this continues to just go back and forth.
Ream has been amazing tonight. He and Barnes have done what Grafton needed to do. They take a 2-point lead. And they've already pushed past what Christiansburg has been allowing over their last 15, 16 games. Around less than 50 a game in some instances, but Grafton with 52. And now it's Sean Good's team that's down by 3. Here's Motley trying to answer. It's off. And Santiago rebounds.
Good decision.
McMillan took it in, dished across the lane, and Ream lays it in. 21 for Ream and a timeout.
Good timeout by Sean Good right there.
He wanted the charge at the other end of the floor. And before that pass across the lane, let's take a look.
Down. That gets a good no call. I gets a good no call. Kind of went around him, a little bit on the shoulder. Let him play. I don't think any advantage was gained.
He almost seemed to get rid of the ball really before. He made up his mind to pass it before he charged. And plus, Motley was pretty far under the basket too.
I definitely think that was a good no call. I'm one of those let them play kind of guys anyway.
Yeah. Well, they've been doing a lot of that tonight. In all tournament, really.
The last 2 games, really. The girls' game between Millbrook and Portland and this game, they have really let them play.
Now it's Grafton's turn to hold the lead and see if they can hang on. As Kelly will bring it up. Now Grafton getting handsy on defense and affecting the ball. Kelly for 3. Answers again. Nothing but threes from Darius Kelly.
He's suddenly their leading scorer with 12. That was kind of a matchup zone by Grafton. Out of that.
McMillan can't get it to go. And now the Blue Demons have the ball in the hands of Snell. He's going in, and a block is coming, and that's a good call too. Ream tried to draw the charge, but he appeared to fall backwards a little bit too quickly. It is indeed a game of runs. Both sides battling back and forth. Once one goes ahead, the other tries to come back. D. Kelly from long distance pulls his team within 2. Continues to be tight. Grafton by 2. It's their turn to hold the lead, or try to, as we've gone back and forth with the game of runs on both sides.
I'll tell you what, man, we've talked about Ream and Barnes really carrying the load, but lots of heroes on the Christiansburg side tonight. Zach Davis has had a huge game. Motley's had a big game, but D. Kelly has come up really, really big. And now Zach Snell has a chance to take his turn.
Important free throws for a solid defensive player, and Snell connects. And Snell now with 4 in the game. And this could not as even again. We were at 44 to start the quarter, and now we're at 54. Snell with 5. McMillan to Ream.
Christiansburg using the full court press.
Good no call, nothing gained there. That would have been a cheap foul. And let him go a little bit in that back unless there's an advantage there, right?
Right.
Barnes with 21 in the game.
I think that's the definition of a foul.
Not always. It may be the definition, but it's not always interpreted that way.
Yeah, well, there's no doubt about that.
McMillan to Moore. He'll drive on Motley, and the bucket and the foul. And now Moore, who hasn't been heard from in a while, with 1 point in the second half, goes to the line with 10 points. Here's another look.
Great fake one way, the other way, and then the bump by Brendan Motley committing the foul. 3-point play is good.
And Moore steps up at clutch time when his teammates Barnes and Ream have carried him to this point. It's a 2-point Grafton lead. Motley out front, Ream on him.
Straight man-to-man defense.
Augustine down the lane, he missed it. Oh, got his own rebound. He's flying through that lane. Back out front to Kelly. He might shoot it from there. McMillan overplaying him, trying to make him go left. Augustine has to track it down. We're at 2:30 to play as the clock ticks. Motley to Price. Lost it. Diving for it. On the floor. They give the jump ball call. And it stays with Christiansburg with 2:23 left.
Jeremy Jordan tried to call a timeout.
Let her look here. Christiansburg didn't get, not a real good possession there.
Tried to do a crossover dribble, and he ended up hitting the defender in the foot, and that led to the scrum.
Christiansburg has 2 timeouts left. Grafton has 3. Fourth quarter, state championship. Grafton leads by 3. Kelly has bombed threes in the second half. Dishes off last minute. Layup and a foul. Snell to the line to tie the game. Count the bucket.
Old-fashioned three-point play could answer an old-fashioned three-point play at the other end.
Last year we came down to a last-second, literally last-second shot from Pete Semino.
As Potomac Falls beat Hidden Valley.
A reserve, mind you, Pete Semino. Who had to come in because Mihalovic had fouled out.
No, he got hurt.
Oh, he got hurt, that's right. He got hurt. Didn't foul out, but he had to lead the game. And now we're tied again.
Full timeout.
Grafton tied at 57. With 2:08 left, as you see on your screen, for the state championship of Division IV AA, and this game has not let down its expectations.
All 5 of these starters, Kelly, Johnson, Davis, Snell, and Motley for Christiansburg, played on the football team. They've all scored between 7 and 12 points tonight. And they have really done a great job of balanced scoring, while Barnes and Ream have really done the heavy lifting, and with a little assist from Elijah Moore.
Well, here's our Tidewater Tech play of the game. Tidewater Tech, it's all about training. Speaking of Elijah Moore, earlier in the first half, with authority there to get himself on the board at one point in time.
Hard to argue with that. That was big time.
We do have to pick a Virginia 529 smart player of the game, and I don't know how in the world we're going to do it in this contest, but we'll do it as soon as possible.
Well, I think might have to wait till the post game to do that, because we don't know who's going to win yet.
Blake Ream with 21 and 9 for Grafton.
We had no idea last year in this game that Pete Semino would be the player of the game.
That's true. Kevin Barnes with 21 for Grafton. Darius Kelly with 12 on 4 of 9 3-point shooting for Christiansburg. Zach Davis, 10 and 12 for Christiansburg. And then Motley has been 10 points and been all over the floor distributing. There goes Ream into the front court. Into the lane. Back out to McMillan. Under 2 minutes to play in the championship game. McMillan pressured out front by Snipes. Continues to pressure as he penetrates and dribbles behind his back. And now Grafton wants a 30-second timeout from the bench for Jeremy Jordan. Didn't want to get his player caught in a 5-second violation, although at that time McMillan was making progress and coming back out. 1 timeout left for Grafton now with 1:50 to play in the game.
Christiansburg has 2. Grafton has 16 fouls, which means fouls will put Christiansburg in the 1-and-1, whereas the next Christiansburg foul puts Grafton into the double bonus.
Well, all weekend long, of course, we've been wanting to do this, and we need to thank the Virginia 529 College Savings Plan for making this broadcast possible. They remind you to shoot for the best. Virginia 529 offers 4 affordable and tax-advantaged college savings programs. They've been a great sponsor of us all throughout the weekend and the coverage of these games. And you can learn more about the programs at virginia529.com. Young men like this will be able to go to college when they get older, of course, for the youth, and set your plan up for them in that great program. Here's Moore. Over to McMillan. Into Moore down low, but he couldn't hold it. Back to McMillan. Corner, there goes Moore driving, leaning, and the shot is blocked with a blocking foul on the drive. Don't believe they'll count the basket, but it is going to be discussed. Looked like he got the shot block on the way up. The foul was committed on the block on Moore's drive to the bucket. Take another look, Gary.
Let's take a look. There's Moore, drives, gets the blocking call, and that should have been a goaltending violation, although it was below the rim by the time he hit it. That's the thing I would say.
So to put Moore on the line for 2, the foul was on Kelly of Christiansburg, and that's his first. Free throw from Moore is no good. 1:31 left. Moore with 11 points, and all Jeremy Jordan of Grafton can do is just pace and encourage. Motley's in.
Motley checks in the game. Misses them both, still tied.
That's another rebound for Davis with 13 rebounds for Zach Davis to go along with 10 points. Augustine, great catch. Davis out front. Kelly. Back out front. That's Snell, who's had 8 points. Christiansburg with great balanced scoring. Staying on Kelly around the perimeter with 1:07 to play.
At what point do you become the team to take the air out of the ball and make sure you get the last shot?
Well, there's a minute to play. Now we're under that minute. Give it to Motley, who he almost walked. Kelly for 3. He hit it! 5 3-pointers for Darius Kelly. Christiansburg by 3 with 37 seconds. Grafton with the timeout. Now Ream for 3. And Davis rebounds again, but he threw it away. Barnes for 3. He got it.
Wow.
18 seconds left, down to the wire again. And timeout, Christiansburg.
Wow, 2 clutch plays. A great play down at this end. Let's look at the replays here.
We'll get both of them. Kelly first.
Then at the other end, a great save going out of bounds by Zach Davis. Here it is.
But he threw it away, however.
Threw it away.
And then Barnes just drains that 3-pointer.
Found Barnes where he could spot up right on the line. Both Kelly and Barnes spotted up, squared right at the basket. 2 clutch shots. And the one Barnes hit for is about the same spot where Pete Semino hit his game winner last year.
You're right. Now you've got a tie game at 60 with 14 seconds left. Scoreboard says there's a timeout for each team. Christiansburg and Grafton each with one.
If I'm Sean Good, I'm going to run that motion offense, and I'm going to try to get something, either a penetration to the basket where something opens up going to the basket, or they can kick to one of the three-point shooters. But I'm also going to make sure that it doesn't happen until there's no chance.
Take the last shot.
Right. It's either going to be, if I'm Sean Good, I'm telling my kids, either we're going to win or we're going to overtime.
Kevin Barnes has 4 fouls. Interesting to see who he is guarding and how they're going to play that. Now, Grafton's going to discuss it as we come back. Augustine will inbound. Kelly is at midcourt. McMillan on him. And Moore's going to guard the inbound pass. Barnes right now is matched up with Snell, the least likely probably of what's on the floor offensive threat. And now McMillan and Kelly have to be talked to by the official for a moment.
Snell and Cam Johnson would be the two probably least likely offensive threats. Kelly, though, only averages 5.8 points a game.
Well, Kelly shakes loose, and here we go. They're going to run a screen. He dribbles through into the corner. It is Motley. Rebound. Another chance for Kelly. And we're going to overtime.
Great defense by Grafton after the good look by Motley. Motley got a great look. Once that didn't go, great job by Grafton of forcing the play to be strung out and then forcing Kelly out and up in his shot to contest that and keep it from going any further. Tied at 60. We were tied at the end of 3, and we're tied at the end of 4.
This game has been one of those games throughout the course of this tournament that has been electric for the most part. And it continues to live up to its billing. So if we haven't seen enough basketball, you'll get 4 more minutes.
4 more minutes of free basketball.
We'll start the overtime in just a moment with the breakaway of the game coming up first. The Greenbrier Resort wants to remind you to take a break. Get your Greenbrier Classic Tournament badges now. Only $159 for that. A lot of bonuses and more bonus basketball coming up in just a moment from Richmond. Tied at 60, going to overtime before we start this extra session. Barry?
I just think this has been an amazing game from start. The energy level this game was played at from start to finish. The Christiansburg run, Grafton, and then the fourth quarter's been, the second half's been like a heavyweight fight, back and forth and back and forth. I want to say like Howard Cosell, what a fight this turned out to be. Go ahead, sorry.
There goes Augustine, he loses the ball. Snell in the lane. And now it belongs to Ream of Grafton. So we're even at 60. Into the front court, McMillan. Motley pressures the basketball. Barnes really the only one with any foul trouble at 4 for Grafton. And you don't want to lose him, as he's put up a 24-point night. Give it to Moore. And Davis knocks it away and then pokes it ahead, but it's back into the hands of McMillan. And then McMillan charges down the lane and picks up the foul. It's a good job by Zach Davis to step in front.
Not really a very wise, not a very smart play. Watch this. Just didn't even see the guy standing there right in front of him.
Well, it was 58-55 for Potomac Falls last year in this game. Potomac Falls beat Broadway 69-64 2 years ago in 2 overtimes in this game.
In this game.
In this time slot, if you will, in this D4 game. In the lane, Zach Davis puts it in. That'll give him 12.
Big play after big play by Davis. Kelly, Motley.
Davis has 12 points and 14 rebounds. There goes Ream. He's played well. And Davis rebounds again. Jump ball. It stays with Grafton. Davis almost made another play.
Let's take a look at this here. Look, just splits the defenders and gets it right. Just have that knack.
In 2009, Cortland breezed through this game over Salem. But they had Josh Harrison, and they rolled in that contest. 93-69. But for the most part, this game was a as-billed game. Shot is short, rebound to McMillan.
Offensive rebounds.
Moore for three on the wing. And again, Grafton rebounds.
Josh. Tyler McMillan with 2 offensive rebounds in a row.
Santiago keeps it alive and somehow puts it in. Santiago with 4 in the overtime session here.
Tied again.
Darius Kelly has 15 points on 5 of 11 shooting, all 3-pointers tonight. Davis to Snell. There goes Davis. Layup is good again. Zach Davis with 14 points and 14 rebounds.
And he came to play. Both teams did.
A 2-point lead. Ream drives on Motley. And he scores. That's 23 for Ream to go along with 9 rebounds. And we're at a minute to play in the overtime. Tied at 64 in the last state championship game of the night, and the fans are on their feet.
All around this arena. Fans on their feet.
Motley. Davis again. Fakes left, goes right, got caught in no man's land and saved by a jump ball call, which was nearly a crucial Christiansburg turnover with 39 seconds left. 2 timeouts on both sides, Gary.
Each time has 2. Once again, Grafton was 7 fouls. Got in the air, the jump ball call saves Christiansburg.
Here goes Motley.
That might should have been a play-on moment.
And a 3-pointer from Cam Johnson.
Now he's in double figures with 10.
Moore tries a 3. And Santiago rebounds, and a timeout from Jeremy Jordan with 23 seconds left on the Grafton bench.
All night, different guys, and who steps up but Cam Johnson. Gets set, another high arcing 3, and nothing but the bottom of the net.
Christiansburg's 8 of 28 from 3-point land. Grafton is 7 of 19 behind the arc.
The teams are, you know, look at the shooting percentages. They're not too far apart, 46 to 37. Grafton's got more turnovers, though, so 19 of them, but only 6 here in the second half in overtime. So it's been a well-played game. Back and forth. Each one's had the answer for the other. Now, what will Grafton be? And if you're Coach Jeremy Jordan in the huddle right now, you've got to be thinking that you're looking. It has not been Elijah Moore's night. I would think right now, with 23 seconds left, you don't need a 3-point shot. You just need to get something. Now, if it opens up, I would have somebody drive the lane, kick, look for Barnes on the kick out. Ream should drive.
Barnes is 6 for 7 from the 3. Moore's 1 of 7, and Ream from 3-point land is 0 for 5.
Which is why Ream is the guy that should drive to the basket. If that's available, take the 2. If not, look for Barnes on the kick out.
And there's Barnes, 24 points on the night.
The other thing, Moore's,
Darius Kelly, they're trading 3-point notes.
Moore's jumping ability makes him a factor here too on the penetrate.
Oh my goodness, they inbounded the ball, went right into the Grafton bench. And it's Christiansburg's basketball with 23 seconds left. And Ream, who's had the great night, threw the inbound pass, and Moore didn't catch it. Went right to the coach. Right to Jordan.
Wow.
The baseball pass to Motley. He breaks free. Ream chases, fouls him. He'll go to the line. And it's an intentional foul, too. That's 2 shots and the ball with 21 seconds left.
And the Blue Demons are starting to taste it. Another, look at the key, look at it, another pass right on the money to Zach Davis. Zach Davis with a pass right on the money. And now Motley will get to shoot 2 free throws. First one good. 2-possession game.
Motley with 11, but Zach Davis with the assist on the pass to set it up. 14 points, 14 rebounds for Davis.
You should get 2 assists for a pass like that.
And Motley can't get the second one to go. That's 11 points and the ball with a 4-point lead and 21 seconds left. .5 seconds to go. Look for the immediate foul. And the inbound play there to Johnson.
Tried for the tie-up, got the foul. Now there will be an opportunity for Cam Johnson to go to the free throw line.
And Johnson, who hit a big three-pointer here in overtime. An unlikely shot for Sean Good's team trying to get that state championship. Still 20 seconds left in the overtime session. A lot of noise from the Grafton faithful. The free throw is no good. Not over yet. Here goes McMillan. Dishes in the corner. Ream fires. Moore follows with 9 seconds and a Grafton timeout, their last of the overtime, and Moore with 13 now in a 2-point game with 9 seconds left.
Now what you got to do is foul as quickly as possible and hope for 1 out of 2. And then you got a shot with the 3. Nice job of the penetrate and kick. The three-pointer was short, but the tap and then the offensive rebound, great job crashing the boards. And still Grafton with a shot.
Moore has 11 points and 6 rebounds, but he was 4 of 15 shooting tonight. Some of that from long distance. He took 8 threes and made 1. And he's worked hard to expand his game and will need to expand it further for next year to get out on that perimeter and take that shot. But he's been helped tremendously by Barnes with 24 and Ream with 23. They did their job to get Moore for Moore tonight. Christiansburg, nobody scored this many on them in a number of weeks.
Very balanced scoring for Christiansburg too. Kelly 15, Davis 14, Motley with 11, and Johnson with 10. Do I have that right?
Yeah, 4 players in double figures.
Johnson, of course, with the 3 that put them ahead with 23 seconds to go.
Motley has 11 points and 7 assists, 4 rebounds. He's been involved a lot tonight. It's only 3 of 11 from the floor, but Zach Davis will inbound the basketball. He's going long again, and the pass is caught, and fouled at the other end is Cam Johnson, and Zach Davis goes deep again.
Tell you what, you sure Motley was the quarterback on the football team?
Well, he signed as a quarterback for Tech. I don't. Davis firing deep one more time. They signed him as a quarterback, so they say.
Those last 2 passes, Zach Davis could be the quarterback.
2-shot foul on the 10th foul there.
Two makes, and it's going to be tough for Grafton.
There's one. Johnson with 11. Barnes is in, and Ryan Ward out for Grafton. And Motley says, make the free throw. yelling at his teammate while he's got the ball. It's up and it's good again. Johnson with 12. And now it's a 4-point game with 8 seconds left, actually. 8.3. Well, they had to get Cam Johnson to the bench. He almost went back out on the floor, and Sean Good said, wait a minute, get back over here. Here goes Ream. Fires out front. Hits it with 2 seconds left. Grafton doesn't have any timeouts, and they'll foul him. The clock stopped. For whatever reason, if Grafton called a timeout, they don't have any left.
It's a 1-point game after
the officials are discussing whether a timeout was called or not. The clock stopped, the ball went in, Christiansburg inbounded the ball. Grafton did not have any timeouts left. With the 3-point shot made it a 1-point game. Clock says 1.5. Could end up with that, what, an inadvertent whistle maybe? Let's take a look, Gary. Here comes Ream. Now, if he shoots this and it goes in, we can't really see the clock. I don't see anyone calling it.
The ball went through the net about 2.5, about 2.3, somewhere around there.
But the clock shouldn't have stopped.
Now the clock shows 0.
There was an inadvertent whistle.
Inadvertent whistle. Davis and Motley discussed something on the baseline.
They're going to set it at 2.8.
Sean Good wants further explanation why, he says. One-point game that probably should have ended without for the inadvertent whistle. Here in the overtime for the state championship. Final one of the day to be decided. Sean Good still pleading his case. 1.5 on the clock. Christiansburg still has 2 timeouts should they need it. You got to get the ball in bounds. And now they're going to call the 2 coaches together and try to explain this. Elijah Moore is going to guard the inbounds. Davis is going long. It's tipped. It is picked out of the air, and Christiansburg hangs on. Augustine saves the pass, and a great win for the Blue Demons in overtime by 1. What a game.
What an incredible finish by. You know what? They got the tip on the inbounds. If that comes down to the right person, maybe a shot. Who knows?
But when that ball's tipped, it has to start the clock as well with more tips that pass. There's only 1.5 left.
I agree.
And Christiansburg celebrates as this last game of the evening continues to be one for entertainment. What a game. Christiansburg winning it 70-69 in overtime. And what a heartbreak for Grafton, of course, who hadn't lost since January 7th to AAA Churchland.
Unbelievable season for the Grafton Clippers. Unbelievable season for the Grafton Clippers. Great win for Christiansburg. Great game tonight.
Well, the Virginia 529 Smart Player of the Game upon us now. Don't stress about future college costs. Start tax advantage savings today with the Virginia 529. Visit us at virginia529.com. There were a lot of guys we could have picked tonight, but Zach Davis was there consistently throughout the game. A couple of assists, 14 points, 14 rebounds, 2 long passes. in the end of the game to set up his team at the other end.
Cam Johnson hit the game-winning shot, but and they're not in position to win the game without Davis tonight. He was incredible from start to finish, huge plays all over the place, and a key factor, maybe the key factor among many, in the win for Christiansburg tonight.
That's just an incredible finish, an incredible game. Both sides shake hands, and both have a lot to be proud of and put on an entertaining display tonight. And we continue to see just a fabulous game in this last game of the evening. After all the champs have been handed out, 5 first-time champs, 4. This was the 5th right here.
Amazing. Great win for Christian. You know, Christiansburg just about last month won its 11th straight wrestling championship. And the 11 straight wrestling championships. And so from the banner standpoint, the winter sports dominated by wrestling. Now the boys basketball program has horned its way in just a little bit.
Just a little bit. We'd like to thank the folks at the Virginia 529 College Savings Plan for making this broadcast possible. We'd like to remind you, too, that they want to remind you as well to shoot for the best. Virginia 529 offers 4 affordable and tax-advantaged college savings programs. Learn more at virginia529.com. They've made all of these broadcasts possible. We couldn't have done it without them. We've had a great crew for this event. All the folks have been just fantastic to work with. Here are some of the highlights of the tournament as we roll throughout what we've seen already in the championship games. We're going to wrap things up for this evening. That's going to do it for Gary Hess and all of our crew. Ben Hamlin as well. Great to work with him. Good night from Richmond. Robert Fish saying so long for now.